Good morning, students. Myself, Gagandeep Singh. I'm working as a assistant professor from mechanical department in Chandigarh Polytechnic College. Today, we are here to discuss the topic of electrical system in automobile vehicles. First of all, we will discuss introduction of automobile electrical system. Automobile electrical system has gradually evolved over the year, and today is it's a engineered automatic computer control of the automotive machines. In this earlier days, automobile electrical system comprised of only basis wiring technology that were used for distributing power to other parts of a vehicle. It had only switches, wires, relay, and a control motor as its key components. But today, electrical systems include sensors, actuators, alternators, battery, oxygen sensor, generator, starter solenoid, starter drive, high power electrical system, and other devices. Main components of electrical system in automobile. Number one is armature, automobile battery, automobile ignition system, automobile starting system, automotive computer chips, automotive electric wiring, charging system, and last is spark plugs. First of all, we will discuss on armature, and this is the picture of armature. And an armature is the component of an electric machine which carries alternating current. When the machine or motor is used as a motor, then EMF opens the armature current, and the armature converts electrical power to mechanical power in the form of torque and transfer it by the shaft. Armature are moving parts of an electric machine, generally alternator, generator, or motor of of a vehicle, which vibrates when electromotive force is produced. The armature used in automobile comprises of a series of coil and groups of insulated conductors circumscribed around a core of iron, also known as the rotating part of a dynamo. Armatures are generally fixed on ball bearing and are mostly of copper wire coiled around an iron core. The major functions of armature are produce an electromotive force to transmit current in a rotating machine and force in a linear machine. Next topic is automobile battery. An automotive battery is a rechargeable battery that supplies electrical current to a motor vehicle. Its main purpose is to feed the starter, which starts the engine. Once the engine is running, power for the car's electrical system is still supplied by the battery, with the alternator charging as demand increase or decrease. Next is automobile ignition system. This is the picture of ignition system. Its main parts is storage, battery, ignition switch, ignition coil, to ignition distributor, and spark plug. Automobile ignition system consists of various devices, tools, and components that are used for igniting the fuel in an internal combustion engine of a vehicle. In this system, electrical current is used for burning the mixture of air and fuel with the help of coil and spark plug. Ignition system is assembled in only those automobile engines which operate with the help of petrol or gasoline. The two main function of automobile ignition system are to produce enough voltage so that it can easily create a spark for burning air or fuel mixture, and secondly, exercise control over the timing of spark and transmit to the apart cylinder. A typical automobile ignition system produce voltage somewhere between 20,000 voltage to 50,000 voltage from a 12 volt sources. Uh, Automobile ignition system can be further classified into three main heads, such as a mechanical ignition system, electronic ignition system, and distributor less ignition system. Most of the vehicle today incorporate electronic ignition system in its engine. Major components used in automobile ignition system are coil wire ignition, distributor magneto ignition coil, parts, electronic timing controllers, ignition box, ignition switch, ignition coils, and last is ignition magneto controller. Uh, Next is automobile starting system. This is the basic components of automobile starting system. First, battery, ignition switch, starter relay, starter solenoids, and starter motor. Automobile starting system is considered to be the heart of automobile electrical system. The starting system of an automobile include those devices which are used for initiating an engine of a vehicle. Once the key is put into the ignition switch, then current pass through battery cable to start motor. After this, starter motor turn the engine and download moving piston create section where air and fuel mixture is burned, and then the engine start. The chief components of automobile starting system are starter, solenoid starter, drive bendix, and drive starter. Automobile computer chips. Automobile computer chips, also known as super chips. Automotive computer chips are basically in the integrated circuit made of semiconductor material that are used for storing a new engine management program in the electronic control unit for the week of the vehicle. These chips store the data used by engine control unit for managing and controlling the engine function. Oxygen sensor is one of the type of automobile computer chips that from an important part of the engine fuel control feedback loop. Automotive computer chips comprises of engine management system, sensor ring, oxygen sensor, other automobile computer chips, powertrain control module, and performance chips, shift improves, turn speedometer, performance monitors, and top speed eliminators. Electrical wiring system. The electric wiring system of an automobile, different types of devices, flexible electrical wires, electrical fuses, conductors, blocks are used for fastening one end of the automobile component to the power source device. These electrical wiring components are used for bearing mechanical loads and transmit communication signals or electrical energy. Apart from electrical wiring components mentioned above, there are other parts used in automobile electrical system like electrical fuse blocks, wiring harness, electrical switches, and electrical wiring conductors, ground straps, electrical switch panels, shrink sleeve tubbing, AC harness, and electrical fuse holders and relay connectors, electrical switch covers. And next is a charging system. The charging system of an automobile has three basic components such as alternator, regulator, and the interconnecting wiring. The main function of automobile charging system is to control and regulate the charge in the battery of a vehicle. Automobile charging system generally generate a voltage between 13.5 volt to 14.4 volt when the engine is working. It produces electrical current for operating automobile lights, music system, heater, engine, engine electrical system, and other electrical components. Other components of charging system of the vehicle are alternator parts, alternator fans, automobile generator, and alternator bearing. The last part of electrical system is spark plug. A spark plug is a small electrical device that is implanted into internal combustion engine cylinder for burning the mixture of air and fuel. A typical spark plug consists of a center electrode, metal, and casing and ground electrode. These plugs are used in many machines such as trucks, buses, tractors, boats, aircrafts, motorcycles, scooter, industrial and oil field engines, and oil burners. The basic raw material used for manufacturing spark plugs are aluminum oxide, steel, silver, gold, platinum, copper, and other high nickel alloys. These spark plugs are available in different configuration and heat range to adapt to any type of engines. Other spark plugs components are spark plug, uh, spark plug parts, spark plug tools, and spark plug wires. Thank you.